everyone, it's Bernie here from Stampin'Up. Welcome back to my craft room this week. It's so great to have you here. This week I was trying to give you guys a fun project with Christmas decorations, and I just could not get my head around how to fold the Christmas decorations. So I will keep practicing and hopefully you'll see that next week. But instead, I'm going to bring you this triangle fun fold card. So, how do we make this card? Well, it's pretty straightforward, really. For this one, I've used the Night Divine stamp set. I've used the blue, beautiful Night of Navy and gold glitter 1/4 inch ribbon. And I will drop a link for that because I'm actually offering a free tutorial for that if you purchase that with me, or otherwise you can just purchase the PDF if you want to learn how to make my beautiful box using that ribbon. And I'll drop a link for you for that. Alright, but for this, and sorry, Shining Brightly is the paper, but you can use any paper, and I'm going to show you some examples right at the end of the same card design in different ways. So you're going to need a piece of A4 cardstock, and it doesn't matter which country you are in, but what I landed up doing was actually, because it was just too big for my paper trimmer, I actually landed up putting my ruler from the one corner to the other and drawing a very light pencil mark and then physically cutting it with my paper snips, and you land up with this triangular form like this. Come on, focus. My camera doesn't like it when I go too close. Alright, so you get this triangular form, and then you need to bring, once you've got the triangular form, so this does make 2 cards. You're going to score it, I think it's 4 1/8 is what I scored it first, so that it fits nice and flush at the bottom. And then you're going to bring this top piece and you want it to come to the edge, and you're going to score it at the edge there. So that's pretty much the extent of the most difficult part of this. Then you need to decide on what paper you want for the alternatives, and you'll see I opted for the Night of Navy and I opted for the Very Vanilla. So let's go ahead and get that done first, and then I'm going to show you how to create this part over here. For this panel, whatever paper you decide to use, because it needs to be the opposite of the triangle when you cut it, let me show you what I mean. If I get my paper trimmer, so I've kept it here. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 3. I think it's 4 1/4. Let's have a look. It's 4 by 5 3/4. So what you're going to do for the bottom left corner, you're simply going to put the corner of the designer series paper in the groove of your paper trimmer, and you're going to cut it. But for the top right one, you need to turn your paper over and then cut it so that you have the right paper showing. Otherwise, you're going to get, let me show you what happens. So we're cutting this because I want to cut this to show you how to make it work. So you see what you're getting is oh my gosh, I've now done it. Have I done it opposite? Hang on a minute. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, this is not what I wanted. I wanted it like this. So because this is, oh my gosh, this is funny. Okay, so you need to turn it upside down for both of these papers. So let me just do that while I'm here. Oh, that's hysterical. Okay. Well, that paper will have to be used for something else. So let's try this. 4 5 3/4. Now let's turn it upside down. You are not going to believe it. I did it twice, and you know why? It's because I was cutting it the wrong angle. I was cutting it on the right hand corner. For the left one, you need to cut it on the left corner. All right, let's try that now. You know how many triangular pieces of designer series paper I now have on my desk? It just isn't funny. There we go. Okay, so you want to make sure when you are cutting this one that you're cutting it on the left. When you want to cut the other one, you want to cut it on the right. Okay, that's going to make a great boo-boo video for another day. I'll blame it on it being late in the afternoon, and I am a morning girl, and I usually record your videos in the morning, and I'm not. I'm doing it this afternoon, so I'll blame it on that, shall I? Okay, there we go. We've got your paper. Now you're going to need some very vanilla cut out labels, whatever you want to use, and I've used the Scalloped Contours die for this, and on the one we are going to heat emboss these beautiful words. So let me just get everything I need ready for that. I'm going to use my anti-static tool, and I'm going to move that out the way, and I'm bringing in my Versamark. And my stamp is mounted on my cling block. And I'm just making sure, I like when it's a big stamp just to go upside down. And the juicier your Versamark pad is, the better. So I do need to redo mine. So I'm putting this in about the middle. Now, if you have a Stamparatus, this is a good stamp for a Stamparatus, but if you don't have one, then you can just do what I'm doing now, and hopefully this will not be another boo-boo. All right, that's looking positive. When it sticks, that's always a good sign. So there I can see the ink is shining through, and I'm now going to just bring in my gold embossing powder and just lift this up, okay, taking care not to touch it. And I'm just going to just sprinkle my gold powder all over the words, and I might just go over one last time just to make sure. That's looking good already, but we need to heat set that. And so I'm going to heat set that with my heat tool gun. I'm just going to hold it with my tweezers so that I don't burn my fingers. And you're just holding your heat tool gun at an angle. And as you can see, the gold is starting to melt and transform into this beautiful card. That is a very easy card, actually a really easy card to make when you cut it on the right angle. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to find the middle of this bump is going to come in the middle, and I'm just going to glue that side and that side because it needs to open up. So I'm just going to glue it. Let's just get the glue. I'm just gluing it on that the top and the bright. So I'm coming here in the middle, and I'm just going to glue that down. And I'm opening that up, and I've cut a second one, and this one can be glued right over the other one. And this is where you're going to write your message. Okay. While we're inside, let's just put in some paper. So you can put in whatever you want. I'm using the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper. I chose this one with the desert because of the colors that I thought complemented this fun fold. And then the last thing we need to do, I'm just looking for where my original one is, we just need to pop some ribbon. So I just used a tiny bit of ribbon, and I'm just going to do a fold like that. So it's really not a major job to do that. I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal down over here. And I'm just going to pop it here. I'm going to bring in a glue dot for this step, which I now can't find what I've done with my glue dots. Okay, don't know where my glue dots are, so let's just put a little bit of seal, or actually I'll put some tear and tape on there, that'll be better. Just put a tiny bit of tear and tape on that. Tear and tape is really good with ribbon. I wonder what I've done with my glue dots. I might have accidentally put it into my class kit. So I'm just lifting up the liner of this, and I'm bringing this back of it on itself and putting that back down like that. And then I'm using the adhesive backed star trinkets. You've got two different sizes. I'm just going to use the little one over there, and voila, you've now created a beautiful Christmas card, and you can get 2 of these out of that one sheet of A4 cardstock. So that's a Christmas version. I hope you like that. Let me show you where the inspiration for this card came. So this is a birthday card that I received from a dear friend of mine, Cheryl, and she's also a fellow demonstrator. And here she used the Irresistible Blooms Designer Series paper. She used the Fresh as a Daisy die that she's cut from vellum and basic white, and then she heat embossed that in gold, I think it is. Absolutely exquisite. So then I thought, well, let me see if I can case her. So I changed mine around a little bit, and I used the brand new papers that are out that work with the translucent stamp set. They are in the online exclusive. I did the same. I did the vellum and the basic white, but my color scheme was very different. So that was the inspiration for this fun triangle fun fold. So you can do it in whatever style and color combination that you like. So I hope this has inspired you this week, and I'll go back to my craft table and see if I can master making those Christmas decorations and be back with that next week. Until we meet again, remember to stamp, eat, sleep, repeat. Bye!